Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's live. As you all know, it's Friday, it's 9 p.m., and we are back here with an episode on how to ace your career. So, guys, like you all know, people who've been attending us for a very long time, that we are here to help you ace your career. Why? Because I'm Nutran, I'm a career and a life coach. I help people in their mid age, that is, people with 12 to 15 years of experience in their career, when they start feeling that they're stagnating in their career, or they feel that the place that they are not happy there and they want to make a transition, or they are looking for a job change, or they're looking for further growth in their existing company. That is where they approach me, and I've been helping all my clients to achieve amazing results in their career where they're living a happy, fulfilled career and a great life. And that is why I joined this community in LinkedIn, and the responses that we kept getting for our polls, responses for all the polls that I've been putting in, I thought it would be an amazing idea to reach out to you live and bring you something that's a value add every Friday at 9 p.m. So, like you all know, we are doing this session on insights from mentors. I've been inviting amazing, successful people who are doing well in their career, and they are looking out for uh, sharing that experiences with all of you so that you also can ace your career. Today, we are having Swati Jain. We had first part of our interview 2 weeks back. It's an amazing conversation that I've had with her. One of the most dynamic women whom I've interviewed. She's doing very well. I think one of the newsletters, she was labeled as the top top 11 women in the industry of AI. And I was very fortunate to strike a conversation with her and ask her to share all the insights. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm going to play the second part of our interview so that all of you enjoy. And then we are, of course, going to share the learnings from that interview towards the end of the session. So, all the best. Listen carefully, and let's really then discuss what are your learnings. All of you
and in
enjoy,
newer
and then we are, of course,
environments.
going to share the
So while we
learnings.
are
Just give me a moment. I will share it once again.
how did you inculcate these things alongside while you were doing this? Did you take up something specific you learned on the job? How did you manage it?
See, this is also, I would just say, some of these are things again in two buckets. One is that you can develop them, and
Yes.
the other, they're a little more intrinsic as well.
Yes.
So in terms of the bucket where we can develop them comes communication.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
If we, and again, there's a long way to go if in each of us, including me, but yeah, communication is something that you have to keep improving.
Continuous. Yes, it's a constant journey.
You can, and if you're really serious, you can join certain programs like Toastmasters and all who give you. And as we grow up further, I guess we need to be better at it. So there's a lot that can be done. Not that I have also consciously done, but can be done and should be done. So that's on communication. On the relationships and networking, again, networking is a very conscious activity.
And which is something which women generally are very poor at. Networking. They would want to take care of the family and their people,
Right.
but when it comes to networking and really looking at the right being with the right kind of people, looking forward to receiving something from them becomes very difficult for women in general.
Yeah, I would just say that, yeah, it is because sometimes their responsibilities restrain them
Yes.
to be part of as much social gatherings that would otherwise means that they can otherwise do had they not so much of responsibilities.
Yes.
That's right. But I would again say that see, networking is a conscious activity which is very important. You have to be in right forums, right industry forum, because from one opportunity you get the other opportunity.
Right.
That is definitely sure. So I would just urge everyone to ensure their presence on some of these networking forums pertaining to their industry, both physically as well as online. Like it means one can be on LinkedIn and one can see what is happening in the professional world on
Correct.
that. I think is very essential. And then connections means connect with people, whoever you know or who you know are doing good work. You can always follow them by just virtue of seeing what they are doing, where they're going.
Inspires you.
It is indeed inspiring.
Yes.
Right? So all of these things, I think, is conscious steps towards strengthening your network.
Yes.
And I believe that good relationships matter a lot.
Absolutely.
Right? There's always a give and take. So one of the very important things, very, very important thing that I want to highlight is that if you have to really grow in your career and develop, means just think that what I'm giving, because it is going to come back.
Yes.
So that is something that has to be inbuilt thought process. If folks do it, because see, Nutan, I can share examples where I think that what we've done and how it has come back in our professional journey. So if you help, say suppose there's a team, you join a new organization, you help. I have seen that. See, I hired people. I got good references. I sent it in my organization, and those people got hired, right? And they were doing well. Today, those teams have come under me.
Yes.
And those are my best performers.
True.
So I think what has happened is what I did has come back to me.
True.
They are helping me out. I've seen any such any number of such examples in a corporate life where I have done some good to someone, right, without my direct involvement, but to helping me only.
True.
So I think that's another third thing apart from the first two things, like I talked about communication, networking, is this also the act of giving.
Yes.
The act of giving, and it comes back. Means just do good, and just do good naturally. It's not like for it to come back to me, but as
that's
a
way of life. Yes.
Yeah, part of life.
Yeah.
That is very essential, because I believe that is one major reason which brings success and fame when you really do good. True. And fourth, another factor that is very less talked about is loyalty.
Yeah.
If you have to really, biggest thing if we think of in this world, which mass relationships, right, is loyalty.
Correct. I agree.
Even in personal life, husband, wife,
yes,
friend circle, anything, loyalty. And similarly, if you have to progress in your organization or in any other, you have to be loyal to your organization. You have always to understand what is it that is impacting me, right? And what is impacting is not my organization, but people around me negatively.
Yes.
So if there is a negative sense in the organization, or you are not being valued or something, you have to think that is it the organization that is doing,
or it's you.
In any, or it's the person, say suppose manager, but you should not have the angst of your manager
on the organization.
Determine the loyalty of yours for your organization. Right? So that is very, very important, because I have seen miracles happening when I have been loyal to my organization. And therefore I would just say that in circumstances, means all the time, if one is has the organization benefit on the top of the mind, then progress automatically comes.
True.
That is, see, I'm right now also talking from the spiritual lens and not just from the material lens, right?
Absolutely.
So that is what I feel has really means I experimented also. When I've experimented this, that when I have just done my work and when I have done my work loyally, both the same work. Both the times I did the same work. But when I did it with much more loyalty in my heart, it reaped much better results.
Absolutely. So results are much better then. Great. And while these years that you have been working, did you have some mentors? Did you look up to someone, some people who really helped you reach where you are today?
Just one second.
Yeah.
Very good mentors.
Yes.
I also had mentors in my life, both in organization and outside of organization. Again, I have had if for small periods of in my overall career.
Yeah.
But I would just say that if we have for a longer period, if we have in a more holistic fashion, means it's always good in whatever shape and form you get mentors.
Yeah.
That's very, very important. And within the organization, if somebody is to look for mentors, I would advise them look for mentor within your organization and also somebody outside your organization.
Yes.
Organization, because he is the best person who can tell you how you should what is this something that will be valued in the organization, how you navigate the organization, how you should look for 1 year ahead of your 2 years ahead, because he's the organization and he can guide your journey. So I had one such mentor and very, very helpful in helping establish well in one of my organizations. So that is then outside the organization, and you can look for. So I have been mentoring people who are in analytics field in other organizations. They want to know how they can navigate their careers, how they can grow, what is it that they should focus on for their next big move, and all of that. I think outside your organization gives a perspective that how they can overall progress as professionals.
True.
That is one part of it. Second, I would just say that you should have technical mentors, also overall leadership mentors.
Yes.
Or overall mentors. So technical mentors can help you how you develop your skill in a particular area, and leadership and overall mentoring can help you emerge as a successful professional. So that ways people can choose the mentors and can approach mentorship.
Yeah. Great. So that brings me to two questions. The first one first. You have moved from economics to today. The most happening thing in the world is AI. You've maneuvered from there to analytics to today. You are really doing a wonderful job in that field. Some advice to people who are not in that field, but they're really looking forward to join AI in different forms. What would be your advice to them? How do they start? What could be the first step? How do they really progress in that field?
Yeah. So I would say that people who are not in the field now, see, again, there are two kinds.
Yeah.
The people who are just graduating out of college.
Yes.
So they can, if they are already in a field where they have quantitative subjects like statistics, right? That will be of value.
Yes.
They can just simultaneously plan up some programming languages. They can see which area they would want to
work.
Like if they want to be in a field of, say, there are like 2-3 fields, at least when we talk about analytics. One is to do whole with data. So that's the whole data engineering and data management.
Yes.
You clean and massage data and make it ready for further analysis. So
yes.
Anything that goes before that comes into that field. Then there's in further analysis is that all the sense that you make out of existing data. That is to understand the what, why, and how of data, and that diagnostic analytics. And for that, you can make use of visualization tools, Power BI, Tableau, etc. And then you can gain your expertise there. Or you can do modeling and machine learning and NLP and all, and move towards advanced analytics, machine learning and artificial intelligence. So just choose on which areas, which languages that appeals to you, how you want to navigate it, and then you can just learn or do any specific courses here. There are a lot of courses offered, and if companies coming to your campuses for interviews figure out that you're really interested in that field, then perhaps you'll have priority over candidates who don't demonstrate the inquisitiveness and the ability to learn because they've not done it while you are well informed about it.
But what about these people who've already been working for the last 15, 17 years in the IT field or some other domain of expertise, probably finance or healthcare, and if they want to move, how do they do it?
So I will tell you that, see, today no field is untouched by it.
Yes.
Everybody has to do it.
Yes.
Right? And of course, I don't expect that they will sit and write codes. They'll get a lot of junior people to do that. And also more experts to guide through the process. But they, in their field, have to apply it. So I would say that they have to, what they should do is they have to become. So I have many clients who are not analytics and data professionals, but they are running big analytics, data science and AI projects under them. How are they doing that? Because they understood that what impact the technology is going to bring in their specific areas. What I would advise them, everyone with experience in their career is, see, one is whether these are freshers. If you are like less than, say, 5 years experience, I would just say you can jump into it anytime, learn a few things, give jobs which demonstrate your intelligence, your interest in this area, and then you can jump. As you grow further, it becomes, the transition may become difficult. It is, so 5 to 10 years are those who can get into the managerial layer there, that they have full understanding, they understand it. They can also do hands-on if required, because they have done such courses and all. So they can do it, because see, ultimately the point is that people who are there for 10 years may be doing different tools. You can learn one tool and just enter the field. So that ways. But the most important, and then if people are like more than 15 years experience, I would just say that they in their own organizations can bring about that change, transformation, to leverage the power of data and analytics and to do more projects or to influence more projects, or see, from a project management perspective they can enter.
Okay.
Even if so it depends. Some people, after I heard one of the biggest companies founders that at the age of 45 he started coding for the first time to actually build up such a big enterprise.
Okay.
Right? So the thing is that age is no limit. You should be interested in that field. But if people are not very interested in coding and all as well, but they still learn the impact that AI can create and what AI use cases can do, what is the power, and then they can get it implemented within their organization with the help of some experts and expert professionals.
So basically, if you can understand and what impact you want from the technology, you're good at that, then you can hire experts who can actually sit and work under you.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Awesome.
You have to have that thought process.
Understanding.
Vision, for that you have to get immersed in technology.
Correct. Right. One more thing, like, you know how you develop these skills around, and that's why it's led to growth. So while you're in this process and you've been handling certain leadership positions, I'm sure you've hired many people or helped people who are hiring people. What are the crucial traits that you should see in a person when he's joining organization or at any level? I mean, not only a beginner. What should be that should be noticed beyond his functional expertise?
Right. So see, yeah, when we hire people, and I actually hire people directly for my business areas.
Okay.
I have, Nutan, I'm not sure if I shared with you, but I also have the responsibility to, means I am the talent acquisition leader for the whole of analytics practice, and we hired 3,000.
Wow.
Around 3,000 people last year.
Wow.
In 2022.
Wow.
And yeah, so it falls under me directly, even from a talent acquisition perspective, and not only as right.
Fantastic.
So I have seen. So I think when we hire people, number one, it's the technical skill for which the person is hired.
Yes.
So that is something a no go, right? Either you have it or you don't have it.
Correct.
If you have it, then also there are many other things which go into determining whether you should be hired or not. And come what may, some of these things that I've already spoken, like communication, the overall flex. All of these aspects.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last final question to you, mental, emotional health, how crucial it is if you want to grow in life. Can you leave it and see that it comes across and you'll handle it? Or you should actively work towards strengthening yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually?
I guess if you really want a career, right, or even pursue a mental, emotional, spiritual, intelligence and health is very, very important. It is easy for anyone to do job, not women, men also, right?
Yes.
Anybody, because there's so much up and down. Somebody says something, then we get depressed. Somebody, right? All of these things keep on going on. Sometimes our bosses say, sometimes our clients say, and all of the things keep on going on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So all of so I guess means I would just say that I would motivate everyone to like to do some sort of reading that helps them with their mental, emotional, and spiritual upliftment. Because then what happens is, even when you don't go through the best of phases in your career, you lose your mental balance. And you have the ability to take the right decisions.
Yeah.
Like whether I should do this or whether I should not do this. Right? Many a time, say, suppose your boss says you something and then you feel like, okay, I'll leave today and all. But is it something like your fault? You have to be, because see, people can say anything, right? Something happened in the office which was not. So how you have to react to it? And that sort of strengthening internally is reflected outside.
Yes.
Within your organization and with your clients, and everybody respects you for that.
Yeah.
In fact, I personally have gained immensely from, like, I do a lot of spiritual reading, and someday I really aim to come up with mantras, spiritual mantras for the corporate world.
Wow.
Right? So I would just say that if one has a spiritual knowledge alongside, the corporate journey becomes very easy.
True.
Then one knows where to pay attention, where not to pay attention, what to do, what not to do. Means all of that becomes very easy.
And the toxicity which the whole world is talking about, you're going to meet such people along the way. There is no organization which will not have these, because they're finally here as a part of the world. Right. So dealing with that is your resilience on how you've really been able to take care of your health.
Absolutely. It means you can, for you, means those, how to handle those toxicities.
Yes.
And how to ensure that those toxicities do not turn out to be toxic for you.
Yes.
Because you only let them be toxic for yourself. If you just basically isolate yourself from all of that while being there, then of course they may not negatively impact you. I think, Nutan, I would say that this is a crux, this is a very, very important thing for a successful career, the mental
Absolutely.
spiritual balance that you talked about.
Absolutely true. So kudos to you for all that you've achieved in your life as a successful professional and also as a woman, because you've managed beautifully your family, you got married, you have children, you're settling them. Before we spoke, you actually went and met your kid, came back. So, 24 hours, the same 24 hours, how do you manage everything? That's the last pie in the entire thing. How do you juggle between this? What is this concept of work-life balance? Is there something called as work-life balance? Please let us know about that.
Yeah, I think that is something, Nutan, I would just say that it is that we definitely have to deal with on a daily basis, and we women, especially we mothers,
Yes.
right? Because we're not only taking care of the office work, but also our homes and kids. I mean, I think everyone for that matter nowadays, there's not so much gender bias as well.
Yes,
So,
yes. Men are also taking a lot of responsibilities.
so but all of this is a day-to-day balancing act that we have to do. What my way in life has been, and I have done a little more in terms of doing
Yes,
a piece like a
yes.
job, right? And so some of these things. So what I have done is always see, one is hard work. You have to be ready for hard work. You cannot say that, okay, I will. Then I think it's a 24/7 act, right? Only what you get the time is to sleep.
Yes.
And then, of course, you can be very disciplined about it that, okay, 2 hours of workout I will do. Right? So that is something, but then be disciplined about it, set it up. You can take out the time for that as well. So, what I would say is you can take out a time for anything that you decide to. But then,
like you removed time from your busy schedule and you've contributed so much time here. I know it has not been easy. So it is really, I think it's an act that you're doing every single day. You cannot plan. But that basis is what? What do you prioritize? What happens between the 10, 12 things on your list? How do you decide that priority?
yeah. No, so see, one is what I do is I cut off. So cutting off. So what I do is that, okay, I have to finish, and office takes the first priority. Means apart from your sleep and morning routine that you have to do, right? The exercise routine or whatever you want to do, you can have that. And besides that, the office hours, and also they have be efficient and smart about it, but try and finish it like as you can within the office hours or a little extra. Then whatever remains in that time, you have to plan all the activities. I think the biggest ingredient to my success is planning, effective planning. If you can plan, see, whatever you can plan, you can do it. The whole thing is, I would just motivate yourself or anyone else that just think of what you were not able to do is because you did not plan for it or because you did not have time for it. The thing is, because we did not plan for it. Then we would somehow take out the time, because what will happen is with the same set of activities, you will do it with that efficiency that you will have the time. But if then you don't even know that you have to do it.
You would be doing it, correct. So from what you're saying, you don't miss on your morning rituals, work takes priority, you finish that efficiently, and then plan your time beyond that family, friends, relation, everything comes in that space. And the last person is you.
No, if I have my morning exercise routine and all,
that's
then
for you. Yes.
Of karma
follows.
Yeah, it follows everywhere.
Yes.
So therefore, just have sight on what you are doing, because it will always come back.
Great. So thank you very much. It was really an amazing chat that we had. So many beautiful insights you brought.
Guys, wasn't it an amazing session? She beautifully brought about so many points, and I feel that really comes. I'm not being biased, but I feel certain aspects come out from being a woman because she's a nurturer. So how beautifully she mentioned that one of the crucial elements is learning to communicate, and that's a process of working on it every single day till the last day of your life. Second, very crucial is networking. No matter how you find time, but network wherever, how much ever possible, because it is in these networks that you get opportunities for growing. She said a mental, emotional, and spiritual strength is really very crucial. So every single day, when we talk about work-life balance or the priorities that you have to go through, family demands time, work demands time. She said you can only do it when you plan it well. You can do everything which you have planned. So if you know, you understand your priorities and you plan them, you'll be able to do all of that in the same 24 hours that we all have. Some people just complain. Why? Because they have not learned the art of effective planning. And the most beautiful two things that she said was one, loyalty pays. So even if there is toxicity in and around you in the organization, don't connect the two. There could be a toxic manager or a toxic client. That doesn't make the whole organization toxic. You need to have that spiritual strength, the resilience to not get affected by it, still be loyal to the organization, still give your best, and learn to give much more. When you give, that comes back in some form or the other. And she believes that that is what has been the success story for her. She's the one who initiates giving, and that's how it comes back in multifold to her. So from today, from part two, if you want to really take back communication, networking, mental and spiritual health, making it as a part of your ritual every single day, the art of giving, and that is what comes back to you. And all this to manage, you'll have to learn to plan your time efficiently. If you can do that, success will come your way. And hard work is something that you can never ever miss. That requires discipline, right? So discipline to start, wake up at a particular time, discipline to plan all your activities accordingly, not get deviated, may prioritize, someday priority would be family, someday priority would be work. But when you start your day, it's your morning rituals, then it's your work, and then it is about other things in life. It could be family or friends. But one beautiful thing that she mentioned amongst all that, she has the art of cutting off. So when she's in her morning rituals, she's cut off from the other aspects of life. When she's at work, she's cut off from the other aspects of life. And that's how she can give her best every single day. Thank you very much, Swati. It was an amazing interview. I really thoroughly enjoyed the conversation with her. And I hope you guys have also enjoyed this and you've had some amazing takebacks. So here it is from me. That's all for tonight. See you again next Friday at 9 p.m. on how to ace your career. Till then, have a wonderful weekend. Please apply these learnings and keep writing back on how these sessions are helping you to ace your career. That keeps me motivated and energetic and enthusiastic about this effort that I'm taking to reach out to people and bringing the best on what it takes to be successful in their career to you so that you can learn and grow in your career. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend and an amazing Saturday and Sunday. Bye-bye.